Hello, this is Dr. Mears. Today we are going to be learning about different forms for the equation of a line. I am going to be using some IB language, and the language I'm going to be using is the word gradient. Gradient is the same thing as us saying slope. It represents that steepness of a line. So you can write that down. It is a little bit of a change, but we're going to make the change together. So we have three forms. The first form is gradient intercept form. And so you'll notice that this is slope intercept form, where you see the word gradient. If you put slope in, now it's familiar. The gradient intercept form is y equals mx plus c. We are used to doing y equals mx plus b. However, IB uses our y-intercept as the letter c. We use it as a letter b. It means the same thing, where it intersects the y-axis. Let's look at our two examples, which you're familiar with hopefully by now. Y equals 2x plus 11, where our slope, our m, would be 2, and our y-intercept would be 11. And I wrote that as c equals 11. Usually we write it as b equals 11. Or y equals negative x plus 2. If we put a 1 in here, our slope is going to be negative 1, and our y-intercept is going to be negative 2. All right, now we have point gradient form, or known to us, point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1. The reason why this is called point gradient form is because there is a point, x1, y1, this is a point, and we do have the slope, m. So point or gradient slope. Let's look at our example. Y minus 5 equals 2x minus 3. In order to get the point, what we're going to do is we are going to extract it out. So this is going to be the point 3, 5. Now I know this is a minus. We do not take this minus out. This is 3, positive 3, and then this is going to be a positive 5. The equation states that there is a minus here. If this was a plus, which we're going to see in a minute, I'm going to show you what happens with that. So hold tight. So we do pull it out as the positive numbers. There's the bell. Okay, and then our slope m equals 2. Or let's look at this one. We have our point. Now here, this is the x value and this is the y value. Because this is positive, we now pull it out to be a negative. That does take some getting used to. It only happens in this form. And then our 4, it is minus, so we just take out the positive. So you're pulling out the opposite of what you see here. So just be careful. It does take getting used to. And m is negative 6, and we are going to take that negative 6. So just be careful. And then we have the general form. The general form is ax plus by plus c equals 0. I like to think about general form as the alphabet, A, B, C. So when we see it here, A, B, C. The A is attached to the X, the B is attached to the Y, and the C is the constant, which is alone. So here's some examples, negative 2x plus y minus 11. And so what we'd be able to pull out here is what A equals. A is 2. What B would equals, B is 1. And what C would equal, C is negative 11. And this is going to help us down the road when we get into quadratics. So pulling out what A, B, and C represent is really helpful. This one, we have 4x plus 2y plus 7 equals 0. So what does A equal? You're right, 4. What does B equal? 2. And what does C equal? 7. Does this tell us much about the equation? No, but it does help us to be able to do other things if you know A, B, and C, and we'll see that down the road as well. But let's look at what we're going to want to do with this. We're going to want to be able to go in between different forms. So we're going to want to be able to transform an equation maybe from a general form all the way to gradient intercept form. So we're going to be able to turn this into this. We're going to be able to turn ax plus by plus c into a y equals mx plus c. And so that's example 1. Change the general form ax plus by plus c equals 0 into gradient form y equals mx plus b. I really like to annotate these. I know I've been teaching for a while, but I still like to write down. It helps my brain, keeps things organized. I'm going from this to this because there's different forms here. So All right, so example part A. We have general form. We need to make it y equals mx plus b. So we have to solve for y. So we need to get everything over here over to the other side. The first thing I like to start with is the c term, the term that doesn't have an x or a y attached. So this is minus 11. In order to bring it over to the other side of the equal sign, we do inverse operations. So we're going to be left with 2x plus y equals 11. Great. Now remember, I have to get y by itself. So what can I move next? I can move this minus 2x. Well, it's minus, so I could do plus 2x and plus 2x. Remember, I can't combine these, so I just write it as I see it. Y equals 2x plus 11. This 11 is positive, so it just becomes plus 11. So I've now gone from general form to gradient intercept form. Yay, I'm done. All right, let's try the second one, part B. 3x minus 2y plus 9. So again, I like to move over my c term. So I'm to subtract 9 because that's the inverse. I'm left with 3x minus 2y equals negative 9. I'm going to bring my 3x over because it's linked by subtraction, and this is a positive. I'm going to subtract 3x minus 3x. This was positive, so I'm just going to subtract it. I'm left with 2y equals another bell. There's so many lunch bells here, I gotta tell you. Okay, so I have negative 2y equals negative 3x minus 9. I just really brought everything down with their sign. Now I have to do one more step here. Because this is linked by multiplication, I'm going to have to divide by negative 2. Now when you divide by negative 2, please take this advice. Divide both of these terms by negative 2. It'll make your problem look much neater. Because when we rewrite it, we're going to have y equals, these negatives are going to cancel out. This is going to be 3 over 2. I'm going to write the x big and up by the 3. Negatives cross out, plus 9 over 2. So this negative becomes a positive, and I'm just rewriting it as 9 over 2. So I simplified these negatives divided by a negative, and all I did is I rewrote it over. Please do that. Please do that. And part C, 3x plus 4y minus 8 equals 0. If you want to try this one first and then come back to see the answer, that would be great. Because this is a minus 8, I'm going to add it to both sides of the equal signs. I'm left with 3x plus 4y equals 8. This 3 is positive, so I'm going to subtract it. And yes, you're doing the same steps, but just over and over with different numbers. I'm left with 4y equals, let's bring down that 3x. This is a positive 8, so we're just going to write plus 8. And yes, we do have to divide, but everything by 4. And let's rewrite it. Y equals, this stays as negative 3/4 x. And then make sure the x is by that 3, or you have like a really big x in front. Don't ever put it in the denominator right now because it doesn't belong there. And then 8 divided by 4, I do want you to simplify that to plus 2. So y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. Okay, let's see what they want us to do next. Change the point gradient form. So point gradient is this one. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1 to gradient intercept. Gradient intercept is y equals mx plus b. And I think it's so much easier to see what they want us to do when you write out the actual forms. Okay, part A. Y minus 5 equals 2 times the quantity x minus 3. The very first thing is get rid of this parentheses. So the very first thing is to distribute. So we're going to do 2 times x, 2 times negative 3. So we come out with y minus 5 equals 2x minus 6. Please do not forget to multiply this 2 by the minus 3. Okay. After we distribute, we're going to bring over the term next to the y. So either adding or subtracting the term next to the y. This is a minus 5, so I'm going to add it. Jump over the equal sign. Which one is this look alike? What like term am I going to combine it to? You got it, this minus 6. Do not give it to the 2x. Do not. This does not have an x next to it. It gets combined all the time with the constant on the other side of the equal sign. So right now, y equals 2x, -6 plus 5 is -1, and we're done. Let's try part B. First, distribute. -6 times x, -6 times +2. So y minus 4 equals, and notice I'm always rewriting that, -6 times x, -6x. -6 times +2 is -12. Okay, so we add or subtract the term next to y. It's -4, so I'm going to do inverse +4, combine it with the like term on the other side, +4. I come out with y equals -6x minus 8. -12 plus 4 is -8. Okay, and the last one here, part C. If again you want to try this on your own and come back to see the example, to see the answer, absolutely fine. First, I'm going to distribute the 1/2. So y minus 5 equals 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times +4 is +2. 1/2 of 4 is 2. Combining plus 5. This was minus inverse operations. I add it. So now I'm at y equals 1/2 x plus 7. 2 plus 5 is 7. And there you have it. Okay, and last example, oh, this should be example 3. I probably got tired there. Example 3, change the gradient intercept form. So y equals mx plus b to the general form, ax plus by plus c equals 0. Okay, much easier, right, when you write them down. So we're going to have to change this one into here. So that means I have to take everything from this side of the equation and bring it over to the other side. So let's first start with our constant, this -11. This is positive, so I'm going to subtract it both sides. So now I'm at y minus 11 equals 2x. Be careful, you can't combine these. You just write it like you see it, y minus 11. Now we can bring the 2x over. It's positive, so I'm going to subtract it, minus 2x minus 2x. I'm going to write it like I see it, -2x. Positive y plus y minus 11, and now nothing's left on that side, so it's 0. Now there is a trick you can use. I'm not going to tell you until we do part B because you might be able to pick it up. So part B, first start with the constant, +2 plus 2, because it was minus, we add it. Write it like you see it, y plus 2 equals -x. Okay, bringing the x over, it's negative, so we add x, Write it like you see it, x, this is a positive y, so plus y plus 2 equals 0. Now, the trick. If it is whatever sign it is on this right side, when you bring it over to the left side, it just goes to its opposite. So this was -x on the right side of the equation, and look what happens on the left side of the equation. It's positive. This was -2, -2 on the right side of the equation. When we jump over and go to the left side, it's positive. So really, you could just move everything over, and there you have it. It's standard form. So I think that's the easiest. This is the easiest one from all of them. All right, and the last one, adding 3. If you want to use our trick to see if you got it correct, then that's absolutely fine. -4x. So -4. Oh, my bad. So I did +3, +3, +3. -4x, so -4x plus y, because the y is positive. I should have done one with the negative y, sorry about that. Plus 3 equals 0. There you go. So positive 4x on this side, negative 4x on this side, -3 on that side, positive 3 on this side. And now we have standard form. This has been Dr. Mears. This has been different forms for the equation of a straight line and transferring between one form and another. Remembering gradient is slope, and we are using IB vocabulary. Hope it helped. Thank you very much.